Okay, y'all. I got something from 88 Films today that I ordered. Now, this company's out of the UK, so these are going to be mostly probably Region 2 or Region B if they're Blu-ray. Pretty sure I got all mostly Blu-ray. Uh, Picked some good ones. I heard about this company online. I actually ordered my Anthropophagus from them. So the first one that I got is Gun Massacre. My brother talks about this movie all the time. He is a big fan of it. It's his cheaper than the Chainsaw Slasher Classics collection. It's got a pretty cool cover on there, and the case is red, so that's pretty neat for Blu-ray. Um, so this says, no pennies, no plot, no problem. With innovation comes influence, and so it was that in 1985, another group of backwoods filmmakers from the Lone Star State gave us another legendary Texas-set splatter shocker, Gun Massacre. An icon of the VHS age, sleazier and cheesier than any of its contemporaries, and featuring more power tool plasma spillage than you can shake a chainsaw at, Gun Massacre includes a motorcycle helmet-wearing psychopath with a range of amusing one-liners. This mysterious marauder gets their kicks from tracking down the tempestuous teenagers and lowbrow locals so that they can be turned into human pincushions. The motivation behind this macabre path of plasma provocation can be linked to the psychosexual crime that took place years prior, although the local police are understandably baffled as each new dead body turns up. Never before released in the UK, 88 Films is proud to welcome this notorious late-night beer and pizza potboiler, restored and remastered from the original 16mm materials into the Slasher Classics collection. Don't expect high art, but do expect a bloody good time, because few slice-and-dice pictures pack in more mayhem than Gun Massacre. So I'm really excited to see this. By the time I went to check it out on YouTube where my brother saw it, it was already pulled down. So it's a pretty notorious title. And he's got pretty good taste, so I trust him. I also picked up The Last Horror Film. This has Joe Spinell. He's most notorious for being in the Maniac movie. And this also has Carolyn Monroe. Anybody that's seen Slaughter High may recognize her. This is pretty much a guy obsessed with an actor, or well, I should say an actress, and wants her for his film. He pretty much goes about trying to kidnap her. Joe Spinell, The Godfather and Rocky and Maniac, that's the movies he was in, plays Vinny, a cab driver with dreams of being a major Hollywood producer. Determined to have Jenna Bates, Bond girl Carolyn Monroe, star in his first film, Vinny follows her to the Cannes Film Festival, where she is busy promoting her latest horror flick. He becomes obsessed with Jenna because he becomes a fanatic. Once in Cannes, Fanatic begins to reveal the dangerous and deadly side of obsession, and the stalking begins. The suspense and eroticism in The Last Horror Film are surpassed only by its blood-chilling horror as this Hollywood scream queen learns about true fear and paranoia. The cabbie wannabe producer fixates on this leading lady, and he'll do anything to get her. First, Jenna's entourage is murdered one by one, and the bodies begin to disappear. Even worse, when Jenna calls the cops to investigate, they begin to doubt her. Could it be a publicity stunt for her next movie, or else is her mad stalker finally gone over the edge? Who will get in the fanatic's path on his way to have Jenna, and when will the carnage in Cannes end? Now, I remember liking this one a good bit. I wouldn't say that it was the best film, but I do think that it was pretty neat, and it's one that's flown under the radar quite a bit. Sorry for that glare, y'all. So again, that's The Last Horror Film, and I did pick that one up on DVD. The next one I picked up on Blu-ray is Zombie Holocaust, aka Dr. Butcher MD. My brother's got this one too, and I liked it a good bit. So the back says, "Not for the faint-hearted." Zombie Holocaust returns the great Ian McCulloch contamination to the screen as one of Italian horror cinema's most likable heroes. Unfortunately, though, McCulloch is once again placed in the luckless situation, arriving on the Caribbean island full of arisen, innards-hungry, undead denizens. Adding to his anguish is a tribe of peckish cannibals, and rest assured they have still not learned how to cook their dinner properly, or picked up any table manners. Also known as Dr. Butcher MD and expertly directed by the late Marino Girolami, zombie Holocaust transplants two of Rome's finest freight templates into one entrails-laden entity. Indeed, as the title suggests, this legendary grindhouse gem is a macabre mix of cannibal Holocaust and zombie flesh-eaters, offering the primitive barbecues of former flick with the more supernatural suspense of the latter frightener. Can you stomach hold up? Be warned, the gore is more gruesome than ever in this beautifully remastered HD edition, presented uncut, uncensored, courtesy of the B-movie Mavericks at 88 Films. And you can see these have a lot of bonus features on them too. So I'm looking forward to getting to watch all that stuff. And last but not least, I also picked up SS Experiment Camp. Now, I haven't actually seen this one. It's on the Video Nasty list. And so I was interested in seeing it. This one says, SS Experiment Camp has arrived back in the UK shelves, uncut, uncensored, and ready to scandalize a new generation of gore-hungry viewers. With this said, the flick that kicked off the entire Video Nasty scandal is not afraid to show both the horrors of fascism and the struggles of heroism in the shadow of World War Z's vilest violence. Add to this the mix of subtle tongue-in-cheek splat stick mentality. After all, the very best way to get your own back at Nazis is to laugh at them. And the sort of palpable post-war Italian guilt that highlighted the entire Rome-based boom in Third Reich exploitation romps, you have a curious schlock totem. SS Experiment Camp may have upset the censors back in 1976, but today it stands tall as a must-see example of bad taste VHS-era bloodshed, suitable for steel stomachs and scholars of the rental shop era. And again, we got some decent features on there. I usually like some of these exploitation flicks at least a little bit, so I'm kind of interested to see how this one is, as it's pretty notorious for being on the Video Nasties list. The prices are pretty good at 88 Films for the most part. I mean, some of these were like £4.50, I don't know how you say it. It didn't come out to much US. I think I paid maybe a little over $30 for these, I don't know. It's pretty good, and that was with shipping. And it got here pretty fast. So, that's my little reveal of what I got today. So I hope y'all enjoyed it.